Ciao and welcome to The Professional. I'm your host, Tan. Today we have with us Mr. Jung from Narrate.
Hi, Tan.
Welcome and thank you for joining us today.
Yeah, thank you.
So, Jung, could you tell us a little bit about yourself and what Narrate do?
Okay, so my background is a graphic designer. So basically, I'm a graphic designer. I started my career as a art director in Ogilvy. In 2009, I left Ogilvy and I opened up my own company. It's a multidisciplinary design company called Regis.
Yes.
And last year, I left Regis and I set up another company called Narrate. Narrate is a brand initiative studio. It's quite new because
Yes.
because I don't want to call ourselves a brand design company because it's more design, but we are more like a brand initiative. Means that we work with clients on more aspects of the brand building, even product innovation, story crafting and brand strategy. So
Interesting.
that's what I'm doing.
Because last time when we worked together on the coffee house and you help us develop the coffee house design, which is now everybody love. I really admire how we work well together. So could you tell us a little bit on what are a few things that that brands team, brand people can do in order to get good result working with design partner?
From what I recall from the coffee house project, right? So I think that's the amazing project because from what I recall is we worked together in a very fast time frame, right? It's very urgent. Was very urgent, and I think it's more or less about trust and we somehow broke the barrier between clients and agency. So it's more like we build a kind of a partnership relationship. I think it's more healthy because we trust each other and we now a lot of people are talking about a co-creation. I think that's what we were doing at that time. We co-create some things like we share our thoughts. We very open-minded and we very open to each other. We share everything and we criticize, we discuss, we fight, but we still respect each other. So that's what can happen in a very short time frame.
I guess you have broke such barriers many times with some other clients.
Not all clients, but we always want to break that kind of barrier to clients because that's
because it seems that when you break those barriers, you work together as one, and it produces amazing results. I've seen some other works that you have done before, and they're all beautiful. What are a few things that the good clients did that allows you to break such barriers?
I think the first and the most important thing is like they don't treat us like a design vendor. So because a lot of clients, when they talk about agency or when they talk about design companies, they list it as a vendor, vendors. And I think that's somehow we build a barrier between each other. Like I pay you and you work for me. I think it's not a really healthy kind of relationship. It's more because we have our own expertise and we trust each other and we collaborate. We are being curious together. So it's not like a client and vendors relationship. It's more about a partnership.
I see. When client and partners don't treat each other like I pay you money, you get it done for me. But instead, we both work on this thing. It seems we have more results coming out of it.
Yeah, of course.
And tell me more. You work across industries. Has this been consistent or is it like category specific? Because sometimes, right, young marketing thinks that it's only work for other category, not for mine.
Yeah. I think it's pretty common to all industries, I guess. But of course, in a few industry, it's more. Let's say it's like in real estate company, it's more because they are so busy. Clients are so busy with the projects, development, and all that. So design is just a very small part of brand building. Is very small part in the process. So they but I think it's pretty common to when they treat agencies like vendors. Yeah. So I think the point is like clients and it's like partners. We need to spend more time together. I think it's more like we need to talk a lot and we need to share a lot of information because it's like you and me. We read the same thing but two different books. You know what I mean? So we understand the same thing, but you have it in your way, I have it on my way. So we need to understand each other to, to write another book, a new book that, combine my expertise and your expertise together. So
I see.
yeah.
That's really awesome. So since we talk about breaking barriers and work together closer, could you give us some example that is already now in the market that you did last time?
Okay, so interesting. So we have a project. We work for a baby product. So first, when clients come to us, all they need is a packaging.
That's
Yeah,
pretty
very
direct
simple,
though.
very pretty direct. They have their own strategy ready. They have their own brand positioning and all that. Everything is finished.
Yes.
But when they came to us, and of course we put a few challenges to why we need to do this and why the purpose and all that. And we come back after a week. We told them like do not expect a design yet. We will come back with another proposal.
How do they take it when you tell them that?
Yeah, we just share like I think I have another idea. I have different ideas. So let us facilitate the kind of a very small workshop, and we invite you, and we put everything on board, and let's see how it comes. And then client come to us, and we spend like 2 hours talking about the kind of product strategy, and they change their mind. They kick off the brief. Come back, rewrite everything, and from there we keep working and exploring, and we come up with a totally new product, kind of new stories for the product. So that's the example when we break the barrier. So we share our ideas and explorations, and clients listen to us, they trust us, and they think, oh, it's reasonable and this is better, and they accept to revise everything. Yeah. So
and that brings better results.
Yes, bring better results. More even clients, my partner, they have to invest more, because when we come up with a new story, a new direction, it needs more resources and more investment.
If your partner asks for a little bit more time and invite you for a workshop, just take it. It's a sign that the partner is really serious about your business.
Yeah.
Else why would they bother, right?
Yeah. I guess that's where now we are beginning to convince our clients that not to use the traditional method where you brief and after 1-2 weeks we come back with a proposal, but more the co-creation process. Means like we talk more and okay, let me do a little bit of research and understanding about the market and all that, and we come back with a kind of a discovery session. We break down the process into small steps rather than I give you 3 weeks
to do come back. Yeah. And I recall the time that we do co-create. I recall that we brief, we talk, we come back, we meet pretty often in the period of time where we develop, and that was great. Can you elaborate a little bit more that how is co-creating superior to other ways?
I learned it from startups, because I have a chance to work with a few startups, and I have my own startup. So I think the startup process is very healthy and interesting. And because startups they have limited resources and capitals and money, and so they have to really utilize the process. Everything they have to work together to come up with the best results.
Yes.
And so that's, I think the co-creation is not just work together, but more like you contribute your ideas and you share your vision, share everything you have in mind. So it's not a one-way kind of working. It's more like multi-directional.
Good. then because people have different ideas, right?
Yeah.
We read the same book, we have different understanding.
Yeah.
So there must be example of good professional marketing on how they handle different opinion that you came across. Because when we co-create, right, people have different ideas
Yeah, yeah.
on how to do things.
Yeah.
There must be conflict coming up.
Mm-hmm.
And could you give some example of how the good professional handle those kind of conflicts of ideas?
Yeah, of course, there's times we have to fight or we have conflicts, and just I think patience is the key word.
Ah.
You have to be patient. Sometimes we close the session because we don't we don't come out with the good result yet. So just come back another time and we reflect ourselves again, because there's failure as well. Some of my clients, some of my partners, when the project fails, and where we come back and we list down everything. Okay, this is not good enough.
Yes.
And it's more or less a self-reflection process. And, we admit our failure, and let's start something new.
That takes quite a degree of honesty to.
Yeah, that's why we
admit it.
have to build relationship.
True,
Yeah.
true. That's important.
Yeah.
Wanted to ask for some secret ingredient of, because everybody have seen coffee house, everybody have seen some other works that you have helped do. It's beautiful, it's effective, it bring more business. So people are curious: is there any secret way to get the best work out of your design and co-creating partner?
Mm-hmm. Secret, I think there's no big secret. It's more like try our best, and we never stop until we get the best results. And also clients also have to be patient. Because let me tell another example. When we have a design, it's ready to be printed, ready to come to production, and I make a phone call to my client and said, okay, can you give me like one more day? Because I think there are still room for revision and adjustment. And they delay the whole production process another day just to get a better result. So I think that's my secret. That we have to be patient, and I always try, and believe me, that I always try to do the best for your product.
So in a sense, it's becoming a little bit, actually a lot more fluid.
Yeah.
It's not so much like production process like in the past anymore.
Yeah.
That might sometimes makes people feel uncomfortable.
Yeah.
What would be your advice dealing with that kind of feeling?
Yeah. Maybe. I agree. So sometimes it just feel like we missed the deadline, or
Yes.
we're unprofessional or like that. But the point is, we have to manage the expectation. Because when I talk about it, I'm talking. There's still room for us to make better products, better results. So can you in your side, can you help me to help you?
True.
That's the point. Because if we finish already, you can get this result. But if you help me to help you to make a better result, why not? It's more like that. So explanation, and it doesn't work all the time. But if it works, it's better. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
There would be times that that mistakes happens.
Yeah.
There'll be times that it's some big or small mistake happen, wrong color, misspelling. You must have some good example of how professionals handle this kind of mistake.
First, like we don't blame, because mistakes happen all the time, and sometimes it's from my side, sometimes from another side, or even a third party side, and just we have to keep an attitude when mistakes happen, how to fix it. how to solve it, rather than you spend time to find who made the mistakes. Yeah, because even in my team, sometimes very stressful and very under pressure, they mistakes happen, and they really stress. Who did this? Why it happened? I would prefer to shift that burden into how to fix the mistakes. So forget who made it. I don't care who made the mistake. Maybe we come back it later when we went into the reflection process. Come back and say this is what we learned from the lesson, but right now we have to fix mistakes.
With your rich experience coming across project mostly successful, but some will be failure. How do they deal with it? What would be your advice?
That's the big question. I think failures happens, and even myself, my team, my company, or the clients, and at the end of the day, you still have to face it. And there's a thing when back into from my college, there's even a subject called self-reflection. We during the process, we always come back and write down what we learned from the processes. It's somehow it creates a subconscious mindset for me to. I always self-reflect. If when it comes to failures, I learn subconsciously why I did, and then I avoid to make the same mistake in the future, things like that. So I think it's more about the attitude when you face failures. It's not like end of the world or
True.
anything, or and stay away from it. Or sometimes you quit and it's just end of story.
When we come up with when we work on design, when we work on creating something new, there be a lot of worries.
Okay.
How do we work with design partners, co-creators to address those kind of worries?
The market is big, and nothing new under the sun. There's nothing new under the sun. So it's just either you come to a place where everybody do this, or you come to a place that less people doing it. So the point is the courage. I won't judge if my clients choose the safe way, because I think there's a fair reason they have to do it. But of course I would appreciate more if we have enough courage to make a new path for the market, because they need to see more. Our customer need to have more innovative products and innovative ways of design, all that. Like I said, I want if my clients they need to be safe.
That's fine.
Yeah.
But if we could open up a little bit, try something new, that might bring something we never expect.
Yeah.
There are good marketing, and there are great ones.
Yeah.
How are they different?
I think the great marketers or marketing personals, they can share their vision, their purpose beyond the economic purpose. That's what I found from my partners, my marketing partners. Because a lot of marketing person, when they share their values, because they are under controlled by a lot of things like sales and all numbers, all that. But I think the greatest partners for me, they can share with us, they can inspire us, motivate us, things beyond the economic purpose.
What would be one or two advices you might want to give to young marketing people so that they grow up becoming a great one rather than just a normal one?
I won't say it's an advice. Actually, I think it's more the principles.
Mm.
First is the respect, and you have to respect everyone because everyone has their own expertise.
True.
That's why we need each other to grow and to develop. No one is more stupid or like stupider than the other.
We shouldn't think like that.
Yeah, and don't bring it to Facebook. I think.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Yeah. I think.
Because it's not personal space. It's sort of public space.
Yeah. Show your respect. Yeah. To my personal experience, it's about self-reflection because that's what helps us grow more. You know, when if in every jobs like daily tasks or big projects, self-reflection always help because after everything I do, I have to look back and reflect myself why I do it, why I do this, and if I have chance to do it more, if I'm given more time to do it, so what should I do? And I think that forms a subconscious, behavior in my mind. So you train your mindset to reflect all the time. Yeah. So I think that's a good practice.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, not everybody reflects though, so
Yeah.
you should. So it's typical that client or brand partner would come up with this much budget, this much time, and long list of what to do.
Yeah.
So it's a huge barrier in itself. So how do co-creating partners work together to break such thing?
I think first thing first, we have to be honest to each other when because I faced this situation like many times, and my first reaction is just being honest, and this is the best I can help you with. This I will try the best, and I think that honesty will somehow eventually form the relationship to let our clients to be more open and more more comfortable to collaborate with us.
Yeah. So
When it comes to those kind of situations, like I challenge ourselves and client side, so just open up. This is the best we can do, or can you adjust the
conditions.
the conditions or that. The thing is, we have to look at the final outcome, the final result. This is what we need. Let's say in 3 weeks,
Yeah.
you need to finish this. Okay, and normally I don't do this in this within this time frame, but because I understand this is your need and this is final decision, you don't have more time. So can you compromise with us? This is what happened when we work for the coffee house, right?
Yes.
We have to compromise. You compromise and I compromise. I compromise my process. I let you know my internal process, my working in progress.
So it's not compromise for nothing. We
Yeah.
understand where we came from and then
And clients compromise. Okay, you agree to see this kind of quality in this, and I think that's help when we build this kind of relationship, and that's how I address this kind of issues.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So I personally appreciate what the work Jung did for Coffee House, and it adds tremendous value to our brands and consumer experience. But could you give us a little bit more examples of times that client realize that there are more value to the design rather than just coloring and graphic and all that?
I think because most people, when they look at products or design, they look inside out. Outside in. They look at the colors, the type, but I think the most important thing is the story inside it. So design help you design and help you to tell your stories from inside out, where our audience, our customer look everything outside in.
Great.
Yeah. So I believe now more and more clients they understand the importance of design. That's why they use iPhone. You know.
Ah, true.
Yeah. And
So it helps us tell the story from the inside.
yeah, because there are many times when clients come to us and ask, "I need to design this,"
Mm.
and from my perspective, I ask my clients again. So, what do you want to talk to your customers? So design is just a medium, just a tool to tell your story out to your audience.
True.
Yeah. So there's no good or bad design. Just I think to me it's just good, interesting or not interesting stories. That's why we call ourselves narrate. That we narrate. We tell stories. Yeah.
That's my opinion.
Yeah.
Thank you for being with us today, and thank you, Chung, for sharing how design help tell the story and adds value.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much. Nice talking to you.
Thank you.